Well, it was a tough loss, obviously, for us. I thought with the 11-point lead there to start the second half, I thought we were in a pretty good rhythm. And then the turnovers were the story. And, I have to do a better job helping our guys. We got guys in new roles, not having McIntosh out there. We don't really have a true point guard on the floor. And, I thought they kind of got us out of some of the stuff we were trying to do, and we just got really sloppy. Thought we had a lot of careless turnovers. And give them Maryland credit. I'm not knocking them. I thought their effort was really good, and they got a couple great players in Cowan and Herter. But I thought our inability to take care of the ball was the story of the game in the second half. Yeah, you're good.
It looked like you switched up the defense kind of midway through the first half and went to a man-to-man. What kind of inspired that change?
Well, we were still in kind of a lot of our zone has man-to-man concepts. So, this is a team with their guys, the way they stretch you, they have a lot of shooting on the floor. So they're able to stretch you a little bit more than some teams. And so there were some actions they were running that we were just trying to stay with some of their shooters. I thought with that, we got a little bit too spread out. We didn't want to do that. And then in the second half, I thought it gave Cowan especially driving lanes for his ability to get into the paint and, not always score, but he picked up a lot of fouls doing that, and then it got them into the penalty. So, we didn't do a great job, I didn't think, of shrinking the floor and making him see bodies where he didn't have that space to attack.
How do you handle the mental side of this game, given what happened Saturday?
Yeah, we tried to move forward. I thought when you saw us play, I thought, we got off to, I thought it was a little bit sloppy, both teams early, but then I thought the second half of the first half, I thought we played very well. I thought we kind of woke up. I thought we were energized. We had the 7-point lead. We came out in the start of the second half, got it to 11, and then we just kind of disintegrated with our turnovers, and that's been a frustrating thing with our team kind of the whole year. And obviously I take responsibility for that as the coach is, when things kind of get in tough times, we haven't really rallied together and kind of worked ourselves out of those situations for a lot of the year. And a lot of times that's the fine line, winning and losing. And these last 3 games are very indicative of that. We 6-point lead at Rutgers with a minute to go, shooting a 1-on-1. You got to close the game. The big lead against Michigan State, even as good as they are, you got to find a way to close that game. And then tonight, with an 11-point lead early in the second half, you got to dig down and come together and close it out. And that just kind of been the story of a lot of our season. We haven't been able to win these games, and it's obviously frustrating.
What can you? How long do you expect BMAC to be out?
We're not sure. It's a day-to-day thing with the shoulder, and because it's his shooting shoulder, it makes it a little bit harder because of having to shoot the ball and handle the ball, and so it's a day-to-day thing. Obviously for me, I'd love for him to be able to get out there on Thursday night. Just selfishly, the kid has meant so much to our program, as well as the other seniors. Those guys have meant so much to us over these past 4 years, and in your last home game, you want all those guys to be able to be out there and kind of go out together. So going to keep praying for the best with him. He's working really hard, and I know when he's ready to go, he's dying to get back out there with his guys.
And then Vic, it was his right ankle. What all is going on?
Yeah, I'll get more information from the trainer. As far as I know, it was a rolled ankle, but we'll get more as the game ends and we see how he kind of responds to treatment. And it's a hectic week with Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday. You got 4 games in 8 days, so we're gonna have to use these next couple days. It's our guys and we're only dressing 8 guys, so it's I think what you saw too, and I'm gonna chalk it up. I thought we had some mental fatigue in the second half. You talk a lot about physical fatigue, but I thought with some of our decision making, it was some mental fatigue tonight, and we just have to learn to become tougher, and hopefully we'll get it together. There'll be no laying down, and we'll take the next couple days and try to get ready for Wisconsin and see if we can finish this thing out in a good fashion.
Hey,
Coach, I'm just curious what you're going to do, what you're going to tell your players, especially going into Wisconsin.
Well, we have to move forward. I mean, you lose a game, we got another game in 2 days. We got to try to find a way. We've lost 4 in a row. So, you have to find, and 3 of them I thought we should have won. That's what's frustrating. And the game at Maryland, they beat us, and I'm not discounting tonight, but I feel like the last 3 games were games that were there for us to win. And, we didn't take advantage of those opportunities, and that's what I mean. It's a fine line. If you are tough enough and you win those 3, your record's a little bit different than it is where I'm standing here tonight. But that's the fine line in winning and losing at this level, because everybody's good, everybody competes, and we just haven't been able to put it all together. So we'll strive to continue to do that. We got the Wisconsin game. You play at Iowa on Sunday, and then as long as you got a game in front of you, you keep preparing and you keep battling, and that's always kind of been our mindset. And that's what we'll do for Thursday night.
Coach, you guys have really had some problems with offensive consistency, and that kind of reared its head again tonight, especially in the second half. What did you see that was mainly the cause of that?
Well, turnovers. We had, I think, 10 turnovers in the second half. The first half, we had 4 turnovers, and we scored 37 points. So we had 10 turnovers that led to about 20 points or so off turnovers in the second half, which that really energized them. Those turnovers I thought gave them life, because they got layups on the other end, and they were able to get the lead. And then I thought their energy the rest of the way was really good. So, again, you're playing without a guy who's had the ball for 4 years, so there's a little bit of an adjustment period, trying to figure out, and that's on me to, with my staff, to continue to help these guys, put them in the right positions where we can get them the ball in the scoring areas and execute and attack and try to find ways to score more points.
One last one.
You gave Isaiah Brown a little bit more playing time tonight. He finished with 11 points. What did you see from him that inspired that?
Well, he gave us a spark offensively. He can score. Everybody knows that. So when you're bleeding sometimes to score, he can make some things happen, whether he gets fouled or makes some shots. So, obviously for him, his opportunities before the injuries with Jordan and Bryant weren't as plentiful, but he's forced into action now. We only have 8 guys, and Vic was in foul trouble, Scotty was in foul trouble, and we needed him, and I thought he did some good things out there. So hopefully he can build off that and continue to be ready for Thursday night. All right, thanks, guys.